Hello, friends. Welcome. This is Above the Fold Live. This is episode 3. Can you believe it? My name's Scott. This is our new weekly live show. We pretty much talk about video games, movies, anime, TV shows, pretty much everything we find interesting. So, coming up on today's show, we've got Zack Snyder talks about the Snyder Cut. So that's a bit of a topic I'm quite keen on. So if you don't know what that is, we'll be digging into that at some point. So next, we've got one of the better Saints Row games. Saints Row games have been remastered.
You got it.
I got it. Nailed it. And also, concerts are taking place in Fortnite, of course. We've heard all that already. But now we're getting movie trailers. So, yeah, that's pretty much what's coming up. But before we get there, let's talk about Valorant. There was a live stream that was early on the week. That was on Thursday. Did you guys happen to catch it at all?
Nope.
Just me.
Well, I heard about the release though. It being free, but yeah. Besides that, nothing else.
I did hear about it was going to be free, but I didn't catch the trailer or anything like that.
It was pretty much it was a not so secret announcement come through Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest. Well, we touched on that last week. So he's pretty much streaming little interviews anytime between now in the next 3 months.
Right.
So we'll be seeing a lot of these little tiny segments, information drops essentially. So essentially what was announced was that it's being launched free to play June 2nd, day after my birthday.
Hey!
And it's a month-long closed after a month-long closed beta. So this will reset a lot of people's player accounts, which I'm kind of okay with stuff like that.
Sure, man.
But I know a lot of people have been playing it. I mean, every time I go on Twitch, there's like 1,000 people watching, man. It's ridiculous.
But it comes to a point these days where if things are on beta, especially closed beta,
you kind of expect it.
You expect it, yeah. It's not fair on people who haven't had the chance to do the beta, and people are on ranks and ranks and ranks above. And they think, oh, well, I'm kind of just as good as him. I should be up there, but I can't be. You know what I mean? People should be on a level playing field when the game is officially released. So and it's expected these days.
Okay.
First of all, I want to ask them to give me back my 3 days I spent waiting for a key. That would be great. I would like those 3 days back. It's like I guess you somehow expect it to happen down the line, right? So I'm not even surprised. But initially they made it sound like it wasn't going to be released for the public in that fashion. It made it sound like if you don't get the key, you have to wait till when the game fully becomes available.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's interesting that this is actually out now. But I guess it's more of a let's see whether our servers can handle this kind of thing. So interesting to see how it goes.
Well, I'm hoping they've had a bit of a head start with that because I'm hoping that they've pushed it out. I know there's going to be a lot more people joining, but they should have an expectation of how many people are going to be joining.
There's definitely
people getting bored as well.
Show a game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, I can't think of a game that was a beta that was like used through Twitch, through word of mouth. That's probably the best way to do it because people were watching it and still wanted to play it. So
yeah.
I know.
That's certainly not said before.
I know they made use of all the pro all the pro players to sort of get that sort of marketing through them. A lot of pro players were playing it. So that's how people were sort of turning to those streams, getting to know what is Valorant, what is this game, and I think it's pretty cool using I guess professional players to sort of spread that and publicity for the game.
Yeah,
and you see more and more I guess games doing that through influencers and stuff like that. So. I suppose it's a good way.
Certainly, yeah. I think it's a cheaper way to market the game, isn't it?
Oh yeah, for sure.
But that also kind of bumps Twitch figures up as well. I think Twitch will be loving it as well because people are loving this game. They want more of it. They want to get involved, and the only way to get involved is through Twitch. But Twitch had everybody by the balls. Went, if you want this game, come visit our website. They did though, but it's a massive kind of publicity for them. So
it's certainly got you guys interested.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't at the very start. I was like, it's one of them games that I'm really crap at and I don't want to play. But once I got it, I mean, it only took me I think I left it on for about 4 or 5 hours. And I got the game, and not like Arrow got in 3 days. So 4 or 5 hours worth of watching, had it on the background while I was working. Yeah, had it on the background, didn't really watch it. Key came through email, sorted, played it, loved it. I will be honest with you, it's not good at all, but I was better than expected. But
I see that game, and it daunts me knowing that professional players are playing it. Like I would never go play CS:GO now. Like I wouldn't even dream of it, because I know I'd suck and I wouldn't have fun. But just looking at it, I mean, it doesn't. It's very much Overwatch meets CS:GO, and there's something about it's the vision of the game, like the field of view. It doesn't. I don't know. Maybe I'm old school. Well, I'll say old school. Maybe I'm just like my Halo. I said that thinking, oh, Halo's been around a lot longer than CS:GO, but yeah.
I think, just to your point, you're always going to find professional players in any of these competitive games, like Overwatch, CS, Rainbow Six. You eventually, if you play enough ranked matches, you eventually find them. But I do guess what you mean. Like at that initial start of when this thing dropped, you're very, very likely to meet more professional players. So that in itself.
I do feel like this game is made for that, really, more as a professional gamer than anything else, really.
Definitely.
But so, do you reckon you guys will get it day one?
For free?
If it's free, if it's free.
Could you see yourself sinking some time into it?
Probably no. I mean, the only reason why I like it is because it's like, for me, visually it looks better than CS. Which I felt CS is not really pretty on the eye.
It's an old game, man.
Yeah. And I know the mechanics are very, very hardcore, so it sort of eases me into that style of play with a bit of Overwatch mobile elements into it, which is kind of nice. But I don't think I'll get it day one.
I'm gonna play more. I've been meaning to play more of it for a little while now. So, since I've had it, I haven't played as much as I wanted to. Well, say that. When I first got the game, I was like, right, okay, I'm going to play it. I know I'm going to hate it because I'm going to be crap at it. I'm going to be very good. So I'm going to play it for maybe 1 or 2 games and bin it. But I enjoyed it. I didn't do too bad.
Absolutely love it.
Yeah, and I thought, I'll stick at it. I'll play a few more games. I was hoping a few more people would get it. I know Rob Oak, friend of mine, he's got it. He gets raged on that. So I haven't been able to play with him much. I think he will still play. Later, I think after full release, I'll definitely try it out and see what's changed, if anything.
I think it's one of those games that I think, for me personally, I would probably only consider playing it if I had people to play with. Jumping into a game like that, I'd get too competitive. I'd be
very toxic like everybody else.
Yeah, pretty much.
Funny enough, it hasn't been that toxic though when we play, but anyway, I guess
I've had a couple of games.
The ones that...
But
you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Half the time, we'll be shouting and stuff, but I've been jumping in servers, like European servers, with totally different languages. The whole of my team is different language. Brilliant, but not when it's a team-based game and they're trying to tell you what to do. So I can hear them shouting. Sometimes I can hear like the nuns aspect and stuff, and I know they're shouting at us, but I don't know what they're saying. It's like,
They could be shouting, "Nuns, you wonderful bastard, get back in!"
Well, that's what I'm thinking in my head. So yeah.
Very unlikely, but it's good you believe that.
Ouch!
Thanks for that.
I am here to always tell the truth, okay, for better or worse.
Well, that was a total lie then.
Okay.
So I've just noticed in the chat that my name is beneath Arrow and Arrow's name is above me.
I was thinking for today I could be Neon Demon and you could be Arrow.
You can't pull off Neon Demon, especially since I've got my logo right next to me.
Well, what did I say before that the cameras? I did say that you're now Neon Demon. The cameras are switched.
You were joking. So, I didn't realise.
No, well, I didn't realise it in the show, but it was Skype that switched it, and I noticed in OBS, but I didn't realise the name tags. I was hoping they were named. I'll
You might as well just remove the name tags then in that case, rather than faff around.
You'll see some magic in the works, you know. You'll see some little like kind of floaty names and stuff. Don't worry, it's not Hogwarts here. It's just podcast.
Fantastic. Right then, shall we move on then? So next segment, the next topic. So I brought this up because this is kind of big news for me personally as well. I do the brief. It's my news. I hate it. Suck it. So I mentioned at the front of the show that Fortnite is hosting all these concerts and now movie trailers. So one of those movie trailers was in fact Tenet. Now, Nuns mentioned before the show that not really been following this. I haven't heard of it. No. So, to be fair, they've only had one showing before this. That was just a small teaser. Basically, it's the next film from Christopher Nolan, and if you might recognise him from, he was the director behind the Dark Knight trilogy, Inception, Dunkirk, some cracking films.
Very memorable films.
And just looking at the cast, if I were to sum up this film, I don't think I could. I wouldn't do it justice because I don't understand what's going on. But it messes with time travel, but not in a silly kind of way. But it's got an all-star cast. So no, go on, mate. Go on.
No. I was gonna say I didn't, when I saw this trailer, I didn't know what was happening. I knew that some kind of time element was involved. So yeah, that's what I just wanted to say.
You know what? I'd tell you what, I absolutely miss that. I miss watching a trailer and not knowing what's going to happen. All the Marvel trailers, I'm like, oh, okay, I think I just watched half the film there.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
well, wait, you can't say that for like the Avengers though. Endgame.
No, but
I
feel like they show too much. I feel like most trailers show too much, and you kind of get a gist. But that's just me. But anyway, so it's got a pretty interesting cast. So the protagonist is John David Washington. I'm not familiar with his work at all. But we've got Michael Caine. He needs no introduction.
Oh yeah.
Now Kenneth Branagh, he plays the antagonist. Now I don't know if you guys know who this is, but he's a bit of a big deal in the theatre world. Not that I follow theatre, but he's been on some very, very cool films. So, have you guys? I presume you guys have seen Harry Potter: Chamber of the Secrets.
Yes. No. Plus, as a man of culture, I do know about this fellow man.
So his latest work was Murder on the Orient Express, and that was a Poirot adaptation, which was phenomenal. Phenomenal. So, and I've also he's got Robert Pattinson in
Twilight.
That's my favourite film.
So, in my notes, you'll see that I've pretty much just made a little list of what they're known for.
Yeah.
In Robert Pattinson, I've just put Twilight because I don't follow him. I've never followed him. I don't dislike him. But
he's the new James Bond,
or
no? Who's
Batman?
The new Batman. That's the one.
He's meant to be. Yeah, that's true. Which is gonna be weird to see. This is so weird.
Yeah.
Is he gonna get buff?
I think so.
I don't
think he will.
He's not too bad at the moment. I know that.
I think they're going for a different type of Batman this time around. Like Batflick was a different type of Batman.
Sure.
All right.
Okay. And just a quick side note. Thank you very much for the follow, Karamita. And hello. Welcome.
Cheers, buddy.
Thank you very much.
Just to jump back into that movie, I want to say this. First of all, Fortnite is doing something that I have not seen any other game do. First, they do live shows, like live concerts. Now they're actually breaking out movie trailers. This is crazy. Like, this is actually pretty nuts.
It's turning into a platform rather than just a video game. Because what we've had, I mean, they've teamed up with so many people. Marshmallow, I want to say.
Yeah.
I think he was one of the first big ones.
He was the first one. Yeah, he was the first concert that happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Steve Aiko. He's an artist. A bit like Skrillex, that type of stuff.
He's an artist.
Yeah,
EDM. That's it. So, but yeah, I mean, it's a very interesting space that they're doing. They're using that. I mean, I think that's a great idea, especially during this time.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, hopefully we'll see more of that rather than just see it on Fortnite.
Yeah, and it's so clever because Fortnite has such a huge base, like from all range, like age groups. You have people from like age 14, 15, all the way to 30s and thereabouts, and even above that. So you're really capturing a lot of group, I should say.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Tapping into that fan base, absolutely.
It's a building game now, isn't it? what is that the kids say? Can you do 90s or something like that? Can you build 90s?
Dude, don't ask me anything about Fortnite's terminology.
I thought you were cultured
with the kids.
Come on, I thought you were cultured.
I'm a man of certain culture, but not Fortnite culture. Oh no, but just jumping back into that movie though, I am very curious to see like the trailer. Even when I watched it again, I still don't understand what the hell was going on. Like I don't know what the plot is. I think it's about going back, stopping certain events or something like that. But I'm curious to see, obviously, how it's going to play out. Like actually watch the movie. It's one I'll definitely check out in the cinemas for sure, I think.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. So this does bring us on to the next segment, which Femi, I'll hand this over to you because you requested this segment.
Oh, wait, we're already here?
We're already here, mate.
So, guys,
super secret.
I wanna believe that this is a safe place. Yes.
No.
Depends.
Oh, wait. I want to believe. Let me ask that question again. I want to believe this is a safe place. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm very inspired. Judgment-free zone. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, I didn't reach that.
I played
Honesty
this.
is a big part of friendship. All right.
Yes, but you cannot. Anyway, I don't care. I'm not going to say it. Anyway. I played this a while ago when I was looking for games to stream. Now, I played this because I'd heard so much about how amazing this game is. It's top 10 in all games or whatever, or even top 5 for some people.
Okay.
But
Oh God,
this game, I believe, is overrated, and that is Doom 2016.
All right, I'm gonna head out.
I believe Doom 2016 is overrated. Now, give me 20 seconds to explain why.
Can I first say something?
No, 20 seconds to say why.
I agree.
Oh, you see? Look at that. Now, granted, I didn't finish it. Okay, yes, you're gonna say, no, you didn't finish it. Well, how can you say that? You need to finish the game. You suck. Yeah. No. So, the first 2 hours that I played into it, I enjoyed it. I was like, yeah, this is fun. This is good. I'm, snapping necks, exploding demons. But after like the third hour, I was just saying this is so repetitive and I'm bored.
No.
And
it is not repetitive.
It is very repetitive.
I'm keeping up with this one because I've only played a snippet of it and I haven't really played it at all.
Like we're not invested. I wasn't invested in the story. Yes, the mechanics are fantastic. The mechanics are great, but I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just saying it had too much of a hype that it did not merit it. Now, if the only game I feel like should be up there, I'll give like the Mass Effect trilogy, the old school MGS, games like that, But Doom 2016.
So your opinion is based on how high people have put this on its pedestal.
No. This is my opinion is based on the fact that I feel that people gave this game too much hype, and I feel like it's not deserving of that platform or that hype.
Came out 4 years ago, man. That was a cracking game 4 years ago.
You have played games that came out. I finished Alien Isolation. That is a very good game, which I'm very, very sad about that they didn't make a sequel. I'm very, very sad about. So I don't see that as because it was like 5 or 4 years ago. No. A game that is good should always stand the time. Fact. You will play Halo 2. It's old, but it's still a cracking game, yes?
That doesn't prove your point.
It does. What it does.
Like Mass Effect 1, that's not stood the test of time.
But would you consider Mass Effect 2, 3, all those games as absolute Hall of Fame games?
Absolutely.
Exactly. And they're not recent games, yes?
Yes.
There you go. So this is the time. So that's what I feel like. Doom 2016 is overrated. So yes, there, said it.
Right.
That's why it was super secret.
Right.
Okay. This is friendships over right here. This is live.
So, Doom 2016. Let me tell you why it's fucking good. You shut up and listen. So, it's fluid. It's got a very subtle story that makes you feel like a badass. Not many games can pull that off.
What's the story about?
No. I'm talking now. I'm talking.
Okay. What's the story about? Just tell me. What's the story about?
Dude, they open up the gates of hell.
Mm-hmm.
Hell comes through. Mm-hmm. It's a very long story, but what's there?
That's what I'm saying. There's literally nothing there.
There is.
Go into hell.
Go into detail.
But that's essentially what it is. There isn't any substance. Let's be honest about it. There isn't any substance.
It's not. It's gameplay first. They knew that going in. All right. It's not a story-driven game whatsoever. But what is there makes you look a badass. The story beats on point. It doesn't feel repetitive because you're always going up against new enemies that you need to kill in different ways. You get different upgrades that change the way you play. Now, if you don't find these upgrades, then yeah, you use the same weapon all the way through. But people like me that like to explore every inch, and it rewards you for exploring because it's old school Metroidvania type map. So if you look at the map, you got all these hidden areas and the secrets. The map is riddled with secrets, whether it's weapons, items, power-ups, even just silly stuff like their own version of pop vinyls, for Christ's sake. But it's steady flow that keeps the game fresh from start to finish, and you know what? It ticked the right boxes for me, and its sequel did just the same. Okay. So I'm very sorry that you couldn't enjoy it the way I enjoyed it.
I didn't say I didn't enjoy it. I just said that it is overrated for a game that had that level of hype.
What would you score it then out of 10 if you were to?
Honestly, I would probably give it I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a 7 because a game that needs to be around 8 or 9, the story has to be there. Actually, you need to be approaching like really top tier story as well as really good mechanics as well. So that's what I'll give it like a 7.
Well, you're entitled to your opinion.
I agree with both sides.
Your opinion makes me sad.
It is way. I like the game. Don't get me wrong, but Doom, you pick the Doom up. You don't pick the Doom up for the story. You don't pick that game up for story.
You don't.
You know for a fact you're picking it up for few reasons. It is a gorgeous game. Plays really well. But it's not for me. It's not my favorite game. I wouldn't play it over again. And I agree on both sides. I agree on both sides of the story here.
Go on.
No, you go, mate. You go.
No. I was just I'm just reiterating what I'm saying. I'm saying Doom 2016 is a good game, but in terms of where or how people place that game as the next, amazing upper tier Hall of Fame type game, I don't feel it merits that based on what I play, based on how I sort of put games that should be there in that category. So that's my thing. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm not saying it's an okay game. I'm saying it's a good game, but I just don't think it was that, amazing to be that hype.
Did you play the originals? Were they a big part of your childhood?
I may have dabbled. No, actually, no. I did watch somebody play it.
So no.
So I played a hell of a lot with my uncle. System Link, two different computers. Doom 2016 was about bringing it back. Now, if you look at where it started, where it is now, not many games have made that jump successfully. Doom 2016 is considered a successful video game. I mean, not many games have pulled that off. I mean, look at the new Streets of Rage game. Nobody expected that to be as good as it was.
It's true.
So I think it's essentially about bringing that game back, and I think I think I've got the nostalgia for it. Then maybe that's why you didn't really feel for it as much as I did. But
what you kind of just reminded me, it's a bit off topic, but you asked me a question, what game I want remastered. Bringing it back around Doom days, old school, Link and blah, blah. Unreal Tournament, remember that?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that being remastered. Or is there a new version of the game? I'm not quite sure. I've never really checked for a long time.
I think the closest we've got is Quake.
Quake, yeah, yes, that's right. Yeah,
but which we played at E3.
I mean, wasn't that the first game on the Unreal Engine? I'm assuming, but I couldn't tell you.
I think it was. Yeah, the first game was just called Unreal, I believe.
I would love that. I would love to have that game remastered.
I never played any Quake games. Never did. Just yeah. Go on. I think you're about to say what I was going to say, Scott. So go for it.
Me and Adam played a lot of it back in the early days when we were getting bored of Halo 2. We'd jump into Unreal Championship. Do you remember that? So that was the it's a bit different to the Unreal Championship that we're used to. Right. It's more of a third person, very Twitch based shooter.
Yeah.
But I think it is due for a comeback. I am actually in the process of downloading Quake on my PC. It's been on pause for God knows how long because I never been to Battle.net ever, whatever it is. So
fair enough. Just for we actually move from this topic. Robo in chat, hello, said, I'm assuming it meant that Doom 2016 is meant to be good for getting good or better aim, apparently.
Oh, that's it. You just weren't good enough. that's why I didn't enjoy it.
No. I didn't have any problems destroying shit. That was not the issue. Yeah. But anyway, Robo, thank you for dropping in. Hope you're doing good, buddy. And we have seen your comment about the voice being off sync. Our fantabulous producer Nuns is currently looking into it, so I appreciate that, man. Yeah.
Okay, well that was a longer topic than I expected. Thanks for the super secret topic, man. Saying that though, I do want more Unreal stuff. And hopefully we'll see it next gen because their Unreal Engine 5 looks insane. Yeah. And how they showcased their engine used these with an Unreal game. I mean, what was it start of last gen? Was it just Unreal Tournament 3 on the 360?
Really so.
I don't think we've had anything on XD at current gen, have we? So
we've not had we've not had any.
So, but we did have Quake. We did have Quake, which is I think on the same engine, which is again with them.
But not an actual Unreal Tournament game.
Yeah, I would like another Unreal Tournament game.
So would I.
I think the last one was, like you said, was Unreal Tournament 3, which was on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. Yeah, so that's last gen. Yeah.
I bought that on PC. Well, I actually bought the entire Unreal collection at the time, like everything they ever made, for like 15 quid in a random sale.
Wow.
I've only played one of those games.
I don't think I had Twitch mechanics for that, but yeah.
No. Well, I did back then. I mean, I was the Twitch shooter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good one.
Hey, man. When Halo Infinite comes around, me and you, 1v1. All right. I'll show you what's up.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So, next. So the main segment wanted to touch on the Justice League Snyder's Cut. So, are you guys familiar with what's been going on?
I've heard of it.
The whole Justice League. Right. So, just give you a bit of a background. So, the film came out. I think it was 2017. About halfway through the production of that, the director Zack Snyder, he pulled out because of personal situation, pretty much. I think one of his it's a personal tragedy anyway. So Joss Whedon, who you might know from the Avengers film, Buffy, Serenity, Firefly, all the good stuff.
Yep.
He stepped in. He did lots of reshoots, handled post. So. The film released, and its reception was mixed. Some people, it was like one of those Marmite situations, you did or you didn't. So I think because of that, a lot of the DC franchises shifted because there was meant to be a Flash film that didn't happen. I don't know if it's still happening, but fast forward till 2020. So. On a podcast, the Wrap Up podcast, they had a guest star, guest reporter called Umberto Gonzalez, and he's got some inside information about how Warner Brothers is they're looking to take this film and remake it into what Zack Snyder had envisioned. So Zack Snyder did announce this himself on a watch party for the film, I believe. Okay. But we don't know too much about it yet. But all we know is that the original film, his idea of the film would have been over 3 hours long.
Over 3 hours long?
3 hours long, yeah. So, well, specifically, 3 hours and 34 minutes. So that's how much content he had. So this does lead question, what exactly, how is he going to handle this? Some sites have speculated that maybe it's going to be a TV show, because it is coming to their HBO Max, which, they do TV shows.
Yeah.
I would very much like to see this as a TV show. It's gotten a huge amount of buzz since it was announced.
I wouldn't mind seeing it as a TV show rather than another film.
It's a take two, isn't it? It's a second chance to right the wrongs.
Yeah.
We don't know much about his vision. All we know now, I've got a list here. So all we know is that it's part of a 5-film arc, which Marvel's done the same. They were successful in doing theirs, though.
Yeah.
And he had appearances from Green Lantern, the Corps at least, which would pay off in future movies. So I would love a Green Lantern movie, a good Green Lantern movie. So we've got, even like Darkseid, which is essentially the Thanos of the DC universe, essentially.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I don't know what you guys think, but I think if this is done well, this could kickstart the whole DC Justice League arc all over again.
Okay. I'm just trying to think of the track record of when it comes to DC movies. Now, Man of Steel, right, was probably the only good DC movie that I liked.
I love that, yeah.
That was a cracking film.
Yeah. That was really good. Batman v Superman. I don't know. It's like this.
Yeah.
So, whereas if you look at Marvel, they are absolutely destroying the super. Yeah. Like, they are redefining that whole genre. Like,
yeah.
And when you mention Green Lantern, Green Lantern,
it's painful just thinking about it.
And I think if I go further than that, I think Keanu Reeves in Constantine was probably the only one I can say was actually pretty good, as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I have enough faith for them to do this either as a movie or TV show. But which one I would like to consume more, I would probably say TV show. For them, at least I can decide to not dedicate 2 hours of my life to watching something. If it's not good at the first episode, if it's like an hour, I can just stop or something like that. So I would say TV show.
Which is fair enough, yeah. I agree. Yeah. I agree with that, where you can just stop after one episode or something, where it's like that. This is a waste of time. But then again, I have got high expectations of Justice League anyways, so I'm not expecting something like Marvel, like the Avengers, or that's going to be absolutely epic, that sort of thing. I'm expecting Justice League. Yeah. That's my take.
Yeah.
I have probably bigger hopes than anyone here. I see what you're saying about the missteps with Green Lantern, but Green Lantern's here.
Aquaman as well.
Aquaman. I actually liked Aquaman. So anyway,
you like Aquaman?
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. It was a fantastic popcorn film, man.
I stopped that movie after the first 45 minutes. I was like, yeah, I'm done. Went straight to bed. I was like, no, this is making any sense to me. But anyway, carry on. That's just
So anyway, we've got Green Lantern down here, but we've also got the Dark Knight trilogy, which is up here, which to me is the best superhero trilogy, any films of all time. I think, me personally, they blow Marvel out the water. Just those 3 films alone. But we've also got The Watchmen.
Wait. Backtrack. Which 3 movies?
The Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. That's
so. See, with Man of Steel, I absolutely love Man of Steel. That's a great way to kickstart Superman into the new role. All 3, like I said, Dark Knight films. Green Lantern was absolute shite. But where Marvel has been owning the movie space, DC have been owning the TV space, I would say, with the Arrow. Shows that have spun off. The Arrowverse is pretty much what it's known as now. And even the animated films are absolutely solid. So I'm hoping this will be a redemption story, really, like a reboot, because I liked Ben Affleck as Batman, and I didn't like the idea of him going in. Like when he was announced, I thought, oh god, they're going to ruin it. But that was a darker version of Batman. I don't think anybody was familiar with, and I think that's what people weren't expecting.
That's why they're flipping it around with what's his name from Twilight. I think it's going to be more of a lighter series or lighter movie. I don't think it's going to be as dark as that. But then again, has anybody been watching Batwoman or not?
Well, no, I haven't.
I have not. I heard they did change Batwoman Ruby Rose, and they're looking for a new actress to play that.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. She left. Apparently, she was. I think she didn't, or she didn't understand. She underestimated the, I guess, how tasking it is. Yeah, commitment to doing a long shoot, like a TV show as opposed to a movie, and that made it a bit difficult for like the production crew to work with her. So, but yeah.
So looking at the chat, I think I'm the only one who actually enjoyed Aquaman.
so
I'm not going to stand here.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Neil. I'm with you.
I don't think it's a bad film, but I don't think it's a great film either. I think it was a fun film.
I would rather that film be turned into wallpaper so I can burn it. That's probably the best way to describe it. I thought it was absolute garbage.
Well, you don't like Doom 16, so what do you know?
Oh, it's okay. Like I say, the truth shall be revealed, for better or worse. And again, it is just my opinion, which is usually the best opinion. But yeah, anyway, carry on.
So, I've got high hopes for this film because I think they need a second chance. But saying that, with Batfleck no longer a thing, hopefully we'll still have the original cast. I mean, say what you want, but Jason Momoa makes a good Aquaman. He owns that role. He made that role less camp than what that character actually is. I mean, even the cast for what was it, The Flash. I forget his name, but he was badass. I mean, Wonder Woman. There's a new Wonder Woman film. That was fantastic. I forgot about that one.
Oh yeah, actually yes. Was brilliant. That's probably up there with the Dark Knight as well. Yeah, absolutely.
So, and we've got a sequel to that coming, or prequel, sequel. Who knows? We got something coming soon. I'm definitely looking forward to that. So they're missing their marks more than anything else, which is a shame. But hopefully Robert Pattinson will prove everyone wrong. And
if you're putting your hopes on Robert Pattinson delivering,
have you seen the Batman car?
That's a very big problem.
You know what? That's one thing I haven't seen. I haven't seen the Batman car.
Have you not?
No.
So,
go on.
It's the reason why I'm in the stance I am right now is because I felt the same way before Batfleck. Like I said earlier, that Ben Affleck being Batman, I didn't see that until I saw him in it and I saw him in play. I mean, that trailer sold me, where he was all up with Superman. Do you bleed?
But the reason why I didn't feel bad about that was because I know that. I know Ben Affleck. He can act. Like, he can act the lights off. I've only seen Robert Pattinson in one movie as a daylight vamp or a very shiny vampire. That's the only thing I've seen him in.
Yeah.
I don't follow him, so I can't really say. He might be a brilliant actor, but just from what I've seen so far, I don't know if putting our hopes on him it would be the best way to go. I just hope the script or the story would be good.
Yeah. I mean, looking at his past roles, he was in the Land of Z, which had what's his name, Tom Holland in, and that guy from Sons of Anarchy.
Oh yeah, you mean the main one?
The main, yeah. It was a pretty good cast, and it was a very serious role. He had a very minor role, Robert Pattinson, but he was pretty good in it, and I think he can act. I think he's struggled to get away from that Twilight image. From all the articles I've been reading about him since doing this research, it does come across as though he just can't seem to escape it no matter what. And it took him so long to escape the Harry Potter fame that he had. So
it's a fair point. And just a question to you guys: Why do you think there's more hits with Marvel and DC seem to just struggle a little bit? Like what is it that DC do you think is doing wrong? Go on.
The way I see Marvel, Marvel seem to take a darker approach to a lot of things that Marvel don't. I'm not saying Marvel doesn't get dark, but I wouldn't say they touch on it as much as DC. And the way I've always seen it is that DC's dark, Marvel's more light-hearted.
Yeah.
In a sense.
I've always thought
yeah. And that's why. And because of that, it's not exactly open up to the amount of audience that Marvel is. So, I mean, look at Dark Knight. I mean, is somebody going to go see a Dark Knight film, or are they going to go see an Iron Man where the guy's in a suit flying around shooting, missiles from his wrists?
Wrists.
Yeah,
it's a drama piece. Like if you look at, sorry to cut you off. The Dark Knight trilogy, you'll see that it's not just about Batman. It's about Bruce Wayne, about his struggles. It's a drama piece. There's not always action going on. What is going on is a damn good story, something to lean into.
Yeah.
And I think only the latest Marvel, especially the last Avengers film, touched on that a little bit. That level of darkness, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I guess when it comes to, and then that's a very good point actually, because there's a lot more. I guess it's more matured based on the characters that DC have, and whereas Marvel, it's a bit more lighthearted. There's humor, there's all this comedic opportunities and such. So it does capture a bit more. But isn't that something that maybe it's possible to take that factor into potentially into DC movies, or they could just go all into the dark and just make movies like The Joker, which is very, very different, extremely different. Take away all the fantasy, but actually
you have a point there.
And
they have found success in that.
Yeah, because that was actually a different, take on the Joker itself. Nobody would have thought it would have been that way. You didn't see any sort of, I guess, only realistic shooting and stuff like that. Nothing fantasy or anything like that. So they could actually go all the way to that route and maybe do it that way. But yeah, it's just something I was just thinking about.
I think we'll find out. I think we'll definitely see the answer to that question sooner rather than later, because James Gunn, I'm sure you're all aware who he is. So he's the director of Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. After some kind of controversy on Twitter, absolutely, he was let go by Disney, and he was picked up by DC to do the next Suicide Squad film.
Ooh.
Now, he is helming the shit out of that. So I think we're in for a treat there. But again, he's got a background in Marvel films and slapstick kind of stuff. So I think that'll be well suited to a film like Suicide Squad, more than any of the others, really. So I do think we'll see. We'll see.
Okay. Time will tell. Time will tell.
Time will tell. Right then. So let's move on, shall we? So Release this week has been Saints Row the Third. Now they've remastered this game. I don't know about you guys, but I loved this game when it came out. I've got fond memories of this game.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it when it first came out, but I've never remastered.
It's not a big remaster, but it is noticeable. It definitely touches up on. You wouldn't think it was a last-gen game anymore. It's not the best remaster I've seen. It's not like Resident Evil 2 remaster or anything like that. It's essentially, and it's not an up-res either. They've actually reworked a lot of the cutscenes, a lot of the animations. Like, if you looked at the old game and look at both side by side, you would definitely notice the difference.
I'll take a look at that now. Yeah,
let's pop it up. Let's do it.
I was gonna say that I did play. I think we played a bit of Saints Row to get on the Xbox.
Yes.
On Xbox. As long as there's a GTA, I can never really feel like. As long as there's a GTA, I would never be able to say, you know what, I want to play Saints Row. I would have been like, I want to play GTA instead. That's for me. I know like yourself, you play both Saints Row and GTA, and you probably find different, I guess, things from it. But for me, I just see, I'm like, I just want to play GTA rather than play this.
Oh yeah. I'm exact same boat. Don't get us wrong. When the first Saints Row come out, it was a laugh. It was a good laugh.
It was
crazy.
It was absolutely nuts.
Yeah, but it's got a bit too, like I just said there, batshit crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
and you can't do that in GTA now.
Yeah, and that was the differentiating factor between them, is that Saints Row was silly, GTA was more serious, but GTA has gotten a little bit sillier. But I mean, Saints Row is just generally over the top in a lot of things, and it's a very relaxing game for me, and it's hilarious. I mean, there's so many times I've literally laughed out loud. I think I'll be buying this. I think I'll be picking this up, because watching that trailer made me miss fucking crazy.
Buying it on what? So you buying it on Xbox, PC?
It's on Epic Games Store, so I've got a £10 gift coupon for Epic Games, so I'll get on there.
Then a week after, it'll probably be free on the Epic Games Store.
Or on Game Pass. Yeah,
on Game Pass.
So I mean, that's something I'm excited for, because I mean, you guys know how I feel about GTA. I've had my fun with it. I've been there, done that. I played the shit out of online mode, and I never went back to finish the storyline, unfortunately, and I don't think I can now either.
I mean, I've just started fresh on that game with a couple of friends. Just because it was free on Epic Games Store, I picked it up. Obviously, 10 times better than what it is on the Xbox for a reason. So yeah, I mean, I'm just starting to go through. Well, I did start the campaign again, obviously, brand new character. I'm back down to basics with a few friends, trying to get money online now. Just finishing off that casino heist, that new update, which so far it's been pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, those heists were definitely the highlight. I mean, we waited so long for those heists. So long. I've got. I mean, what was that one heist where we're all on bikes with a badge?
That was the last. That was before the casino heist.
Yeah,
the casino heist.
Fond memories of people going on ramps when they shouldn't have done, and crashing into lampposts, losing money each time we fail. God damn! I do miss that. I really do miss the heist more than anything. To be honest,
I've been enjoying just messing about as well with a few friends. That's what I missed, having laughs, crashing into people, even mainly through mistakes more than anything else, and just having a laugh, because there is silly guns now where I've had one friend, Evo, actually no, both of Meeks as well. They've got the it's like a pulse plasma gun thing now, so it fires out like a ring, and doesn't really hurt you, but pushes you around in anything, cars, helicopters. Yeah, and he likes to when we're waiting to load into missions, do whatever, he likes to flip our cars over, so we can't get in them. But that just stuff like that. It's been. I remember just last night I was playing it. I was pissing myself laughing. Me and Robbo just crashing into each other. And obviously, when you're in an MC like a motorcycle gang, or just you start a gang and you're in a group together.
Yeah.
And obviously, friendly fire is taken off, so you can run everybody. You can run each other over. You don't get hurt. Blow the cars up. You don't get hurt. It's just some of the stuff. I just remember in tears last night, just laughing. It was brilliant. I miss them days, and I'm glad I've started to get back into it. And again, I'm going to actually. Arrow has recently re-downloaded that. I think you should do.
I have indeed.
I have indeed. But it's not for everybody. Don't get wrong.
Admittedly,
not going to force you into it, but it's a really good laugh. It's a really good laugh.
I didn't actually pick up the game when it was free with Epic.
What?
The idea of starting again, absolutely fucking not. I'm like level 170 on online mode. I bought so many cars, so many outfits.
It's a shame you can't actually port it, you know.
If you port it, then yeah, I would play right now. I'd do that.
That'd actually be very good.
As it stands right now, just the idea of starting again with a fucking BMX.
Well, they've helped you out quite a bit regarding that. They give you 2 free houses. So, two free houses. You get 1 free house, and you get 1 free warehouse where you can fit like 8 or 9 cars or so. And there's a good few free cars out there where I'm sure you've bought one of them, Arrow. It's one of the hyper cars that is free. And there's a few other quite good few free cars, so that does help you. But then again, you do. My first game, when I first loaded that up on the PC, I was up against a tank, and I was up against a flying bike, and that nearly threw us off. That was like, it was nearly to a point where I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna just quit this and not even bother going back, because I remember what it was like back on Xbox One, where everybody started to get all this money, obviously, into the game, and it was just an absolute nightmare. It was like Saints Row. It was like Saints Row with like 10 people in there, everything going batshit crazy. Yeah. And I thought to myself, nope, that's enough. But then again, after RoboWack came on, we had a good laugh. I really enjoyed it. And I was lucky enough to get in the game by ourselves later on, which we had a good laugh in there as well.
Is this still as much a faff as it was before to get into a private lobby?
Well, we haven't been able to... Well, private lobbies don't exist. It was only because of a glitch on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Technically, they've never existed. I've never found a way... I've never researched either. I've never found a way to get a private lobby on the PC. I'm assuming it might be the same by maybe just opening up your Ethernet adapter and just fiddling around with it, kind of quickly disable and enable, refresh your NAT. And it'll just kick you out, and instead of closing down the game, it'll probably just refresh the game, the online settings like it does on the Xbox, and Bob your uncle fannies it and you're away. But we were lucky enough to get in our own game. It was just 4 of us, so we did pretty much 99% of the heist setup by ourselves, which was good, because if heist setups gets to a point where it's near impossible to do when there's other players in the session. Along with the like the motorcycle gang missions. I don't like it how one big off-putting thing is you're in a gang, you go to your motorcycle clubhouse, you go to the mission board, try and do a mission with your friends, and you can't because somebody else is already doing something like that, doing a mission, a president mission or something like that, and you're like, well, what's the point of that? I've got to wait until they finish theirs and maybe get lucky to start the mission when somebody's finished and somebody else isn't going to start the mission. So that's one big off-putting thing, but yeah.
That sounds to me like classic World of Warcraft when you're fighting over ads.
Yeah.
For that one, trying to kill all these boars.
But
and the next thing you know, there's pies behind you waiting.
But you know who's around you and who's waiting for that thing. You can party up with them, that sort of thing. But it's when you don't know if it's pretty much pot luck for you to hit that mission and hit start that mission for it to run. Which I thought for me, That's really off-putting. Don't like that scenario. But it seems to be working, so that doesn't look like they're going to change it anytime soon. Well, yeah, anyways, the gist of that story is I really liked GTA.
Yeah, we can tell.
I really like GTA.
Definitely.
Bear in mind, it stood up. How long has it been out? 6-7 years now?
Oh, God. It's not even a current generation game.
No.
It
exactly.
came out on 360.
Yeah, that's right. Because I remember that I took a couple of days off work when the online bit came out, because obviously it was a couple of weeks later when the online came out. I know myself and Ewok, Chris, me and him took a day off, went round and set our Xboxes up and went to play online. Couldn't get online. You couldn't get online for a good few days, and I was like, well, that's just ruined my day's holiday, a couple of days holiday.
I think that ruined a lot of people. I remember queuing up, this is when I worked at the pub, at 4 a.m. at 24-hour supermarket, and I managed to get, not the last game, it was the game before the last game. Right. And I remember just staying up all night playing the campaign.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There you go. It's fun and games.
Welcome to GTA Podcast, gents. Right. So, anyway, back to the topic of remasters. Oh, God, could you imagine if GTA got a remaster in the next 10 years? That would be insane.
The very first one.
So,
crazy.
All that's fine too.
Up down.
So I did earlier on this week. I did put a poll out to our Discord community. Now, anyone in chat, feel free to chime in on this. So we asked, because we are seeing a lot of remasters come about, and I think we're seeing it because it's the end of a generation. It's cheaper for people to do a remaster, and it's easier. It makes sense because they have more time to spend making next gen games. So we've already. Sorry, mate. Carry on.
I was gonna say, plus it's also a way to re-roll that game to get more money for the developer or publisher. So
yeah, absolutely.
That's nothing as well. Yeah. And
if they do it well, fantastic. Like there's, we've seen some. Activision are really bad for this. As of late, they have been getting better with the Call of Duty remasters, but before that, it was just an up-res. They were just up-res and full price, whack at the store. But already we've seen the announcement of the Mafia trilogy. We touched on that last week.
Yeah.
Crisis was announced. I mean, I'm looking forward to Crisis. I don't know about you guys, but I'm going all in on that. Even down to the rumored Legacy of Kain, which is meant to be in the works. So anyway, back to my question. What would you guys like to see remastered? So I'll start. So Adam, I've put some links at the very bottom, or if you want to head to the part in the brief. But there's a particular game I want to talk about, and that's Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic. Now, this game.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, I think everyone has. It's been around for a long time. It's one of my personal favourites, and I think it's one of the games that. It was pretty much the catalyst for RPG games for me. I never played an RPG game until I played this. As you can see, it is quite an old game.
No, that's next gen graphics. That is. What are you talking about?
How smooth that beard is. Holy shit.
The first game to have light and dark like reactions, like Mass Effects, like a Paragon system.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
So that's actually the face that I use, but you could be absolutely anything you wanted. I mean, look how old that logo is. You could be it could be a Han Solo, you could be a Darth Maul, whatever. You were open to whatever you wanted to be. The action is not full RPG. It's like you click on the enemy, you click attack, and it attacks. It's all automated like that. It's kind of like XCOM in a sense. But the story blew my mind. And if they brought this back as a remaster, they did a sequel. The first one was a BioWare game. The next game was done by Obsidian, which is the guys behind. What they did, the Fallout New Vegas, as well as what was their recent game? Their shooter. I'm blank on the name, but they've done like a Fallout in space essentially.
Yeah.
What is that again? I'll come to us in a bit. Why not? Yeah, so, I mean, you know what? That's one game I've never played. I've never played Knights of the Old Republic.
They've definitely made it possible because you can get it on iOS.
It is there. Everything's going to a mobile game now. Everything.
They've done such a good job of it as well. So, but yeah, me personally, that is one of my favourites.
That would be a good game remastered. Yeah, I've never.
I think if they, I mean, the story was phenomenal. I still play it with, I still play it to this day. It's every time I get a new PC, it's the first thing I install, and it stays in there for the lifetime. I had God knows how many PCs, laptops, and it stays with me. But it's come to a point now where it's got such a loyal fan base. There's actually a community of modders who have pieced together content to make an expansion, and I can't play that game without that mod anymore. It's one of those things.
So the reason I've been quiet is that I've never played this game. I've just been. I know how much you like this game, so I've never. Yeah, you've been telling me how much awesome this game is. And now, if they do a remaster, absolutely, I'll play. I think it's too dated for me to even just look at it. I was like,
I think that's the problem. That's why I really want to remaster, because I couldn't recommend this to anybody who hasn't played the original. I mean, I played the original on the original Xbox, and I picked it up because I didn't have anything to play. And the second one just came out. So I played the second one first, then the first one, and I fell in love with it. I honestly, I had my most played Xbox game just before Halo 2.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that's pretty much what I'm looking forward to. So, Femi, I noticed you were jotting something down on the.
I did.
There. So, tell us about what you've got.
So after I gave my unpopular opinion, I thought that this might be a nice way to get everybody back on the same. Everybody back on the same page. So now, I mean, you probably know this about me, Scott. I absolutely love Prince of Persia. Two Thrones and Warrior Within. Those two games are absolutely amazing. I mean, if you haven't played it,
got a link for that.
Yeah, it's in there. If you haven't played it, it is so good, and I hope it's something that can actually be remastered. Seeing that, what was I think it was a leaked gameplay of what the supposedly next Prince of Persia was meant to look like, or be sort of reinvigorated that feeling of what this game did so well. Just the mechanics, the puzzles, the running on walls. I know a lot of it is now it's now sort of in Assassin's Creed, but back then it was just, even now if they bring it as remaster, it's amazing.
It was. I remember it being quite difficult.
It was tough, but that's what. But that's the good thing about it, though. That was the good thing about it. It was challenging, because you get that same. You know how Dark Souls is like you struggle for something for so long, and when you finally do, you get that reward of like, man, finally, that's what that had as well. So.
I definitely get. I think I would go far as saying it was a Souls-like before Souls-like was a thing. Because even back then, there wasn't really many checkpoints. If you died, you'd go back a long, long way.
They weren't. They weren't at all.
And you'd get nothing for it.
They weren't at all.
But I remember that first level, the second game, because I never played the first one. But you was on a boat, wasn't you?
Yeah.
And it was set on fire, and I remember it being the prettiest game I have ever seen at that point. I mean, looking at it, this is Prince of Persia 3. I never played this. I never played that one. Okay. So I would kill for remaster.
I've never played Prince of Persia. Gonna be honest with you. Never.
It is so good. I hope it's.
So what makes you think it would hold up with Assassin's Creed?
I feel that even though it's going to be quite similar, those people that have played Prince of Persia and Assassin's Creed would be able to see the difference. And those that are new to it will find something as well quite, I guess, good. Because there are some things that I don't think it's fully been ported into Assassin's Creed. Some of the fight sequences, the mechanics of it is definitely not there. Like the weapons you can get, the weapons you can use is different, like chains, you can use blades, like there was. I think it kind of reminded me of what's it called? Maybe a bit of DMC with the weapons you can have, and a bit of maybe Darksiders. I think one of the Darksiders with some
some time manipulation in there as well.
Exactly, and that time manipulation, it's really good. I'm probably gonna sound like a broken record. It's really good. So it's definitely something that I hope it comes out, but my chance of that being remastered, it's probably gonna be.
I think, I mean, I think there's room for it personally because Assassin's Creed has gone in this big open world direction. It's not focused on being an assassin anymore, and I think Prince of Persia could fill that hole for people because they have the games were pretty much linear in a sense. They had a small linear level structure, heavy on the puzzles. I would say it was Assassin's Creed meets Uncharted in that sense. The puzzles were fantastic, and I think there is room for it. I think it would cater for those people who missed OD Assassin's Creed. So I agree. That is definitely one I would. I mean, if that dropped right now, I'd buy that.
Oh yeah, actually, I'll stream that tomorrow.
Of course.
Yeah. Cancel my schedule. That's it.
It's just straight away. Just clear everything. Full Monday, streaming Prince of Persia. But yeah, it will be amazing.
Well, I suppose it's my turn, is it? For mine, I mean, I did mention obviously Unreal Tournament before, but I did come up with another one because I remember myself and Ewok, he'll remember this very, very well. We used to play this non-stop. Does anybody remember Conker Live and Reloaded?
Oh my god. Ewoks, Ninja, Squirrels, the bane of my existence. He kicked my ass, he chopped my head. Oh,
that was the game. Conker Live and Reloaded.
Oh yeah, I never played Conker. Yeah.
I've got the original trailer here. What a freaking game! I loved that
online
game.
mode. Was
online,
insane.
yes. Me and you all played that non-stop.
Is it RTS?
What? No.
It's a third-person.
Shooter. It's a
hard game.
It's even the single player campaign. Was fantastic.
It had a class-based system.
Yes,
I remember that
did.
character.
It had a.
They're spoofing Terminator right now.
It was it's probably somewhat close. Well, no, I wasn't gonna put up against Overwatch, but yeah, class-based where you had obviously similar like Battlefield, anything with different weapon classes, that sort of thing, and different characters. It was a brilliant game. It was funny as well. It had a bit of character to it.
Very crude.
Yeah, it was. I just found it. I didn't really want to put the sound on because I didn't know what it was going to be like. But
I think it would hurt. This one's definitely worthy of a remaster looking at it right now because I remember it looking prettier than it actually is.
I did hear, honestly, when I searched for that trailer, I did see somebody had it in the new engine or something like that. Where was it? Because I think they've already done something where somebody has took time out and did it themselves. Yeah, and it's an enhanced version. Yeah, I would love to play that game again and remastered. It would be fantastic.
That's a worthy remaster. That was a console. That was an Xbox exclusive, wasn't it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I wonder who sits on those rights because that would be interesting. Do you imagine that on next gen?
Oh,
Unreal Engine 5.
Crazy.
Like getting a Teddy headshot. Did you see that bit in the trailer with the blood squirting out?
I saw that. I was like that is crazy. Like back then you had that.
I remember playing that with Nuns and Ewok back in the day, and I loved the sniper class.
Oh, that's right.
But Ewok was always the ninja guy, and when he came up to me, I didn't stand a chance. I genuinely didn't stand a chance, even if I had a sword as well. He was like an artist with that, and it's just me just thinking about it.
Loved that game. Love that
game. So yeah, Adam, that was a good one. I never expected that. I did actually notice, Femi, you jotted down Heavenly Sword.
I did, yeah. So this was like my, I guess.
Sorry, that was just some gameplay I put on there, Kong. I love it. I don't want it to stop.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I've muted.
It was I think PS3, I believe.
Yes, it was.
First, it was PS3, yeah, and it was one of like my early first for a Heavenly Sword. One of the first foray into like adventure hack and slash, I would say, and that's pretty much the premises of it.
Do we have any gameplay for that? Sorry to interrupt.
There should be. I think I put a link in there. So I remember it being quite very, very impressive. It had a very strong protagonist, female protagonist, which was amazing. So that was like back then. There weren't a lot of that back then. So I really liked the fact that they had that in there. Plus the mechanics as well, different abilities to use different weapons. I mean, this was created by, I think, Ninja Theory, if I'm not mistaken. So people that did DMC, Devil May Cry, Hellblade. So story-wise, they nailed it. Mechanic-wise, they I mean, gameplay-wise, they nailed it. So it's something I would hope comes out because it is fantabulous. Absolutely, story, gameplay, the feel of it, the character. I felt we had a relationship, me and her. Sadly ended. But no, it was really good. It was really, really good.
Do you want to put up a trailer of that, Adam?
I think
so
it should be. I think the link that I put in there is just a gameplay. It should be. Hang on.
What was it called again? I didn't quite pick it up.
Heavenly Sword.
Heavenly Sword.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of it.
Wasn't it an exclusive for PlayStation? Like a launch exclusive.
It was a launch exclusive, correct? It was.
So I do remember it, but I don't remember because it was a long time after that I actually got a PlayStation 3.
I think it was like 2007, or maybe before or after that. I'm not quite sure.
I've never even heard of this game.
See, is that cell shaded? Is that the combat?
Yeah, that's the combat.
So you're saying this is made done by Ninja Theory?
Correct. Yeah.
Well, they've got the chops. I mean, I really actually enjoyed DMC, Devil May Cry.
So good.
That spin-off. So.
But seeing just this doesn't this remind you of like earlier, or sorry, later down the line hack and slash games, seeing all of that sort of gameplay, Devil May Cry, Darksiders, things like that. So.
Wow. Yeah, Ninja Gaiden, that era.
Ninja Gaiden, exactly.
Oh goddamn. Yeah, I remember seeing that and being wowed by it because I actually remember watching E3 that year, and they spent some time talking about the hair physics. That was a big deal back then, a big deal, and we've never seen anything like it. I mean, how old is this game? This game it's got to be
2007, so 13 years, yeah.
2007.
So even back then, it looked insane.
It was amazing. The sequences, the quick. Pretty sure it had quick time moments, if I'm not mistaken. But it was very all those big epic moments. Like you have to, sort of like Tomb Raider-esque.
On the scale of God of War.
God of War, exactly. Yeah, exactly. God of War. Yeah. So.
Yeah, good stuff.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, staying on topic with remasters, like I said before, we jumped in what we want remastered. I did put a message out to our Discord community. So I just pretty much said, what games would you like to be remastered? So instantly, one response came back. Now this is from Spadged. Now,
Mr. Spadged, I know him well.
Mr. Spadged. His recommendation was, we already touched on this on the show, but he wants the Mass Effect trilogy remastered.
Oh.
And I didn't know that's something I wanted until he mentioned it. I'm saying that we've had this conversation in the past, me and him, but I never clocked on that. Maybe that's the remaster that I would want.
I agree with this. I wholeheartedly agree with this.
I wasn't a big Mass Effect fan, so for me, no, I didn't really get into it. So that's not my cup of tea, I suppose. I'll sit back as normal and just kind of listen to you.
Well, you played 3 though, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Not very much.
Yeah, we played tons of. I think we played multiplayer on 3, didn't we?
No, not very. You
two
did, not me.
Me and you played.
Okay.
A lot of Mass Effect.
Oh yeah.
I think I played 2 online games, and that was it. I think I had that many. I had a few bugs. I remember when it first came out. That wasn't. It was a bit. It was a bit clunky, wasn't it? It was a bit too.
Arrow, didn't we play the demo for it? The multiplayer demo.
We did. Before it fully came out, we rinsed that demo. We absolutely destroyed it.
I have one fond memory of us on a high perch with our sniper rifles, the Widow.
Yeah.
The big, heavy sniper rifles.
Yeah. See how many headshots?
We were just popping headshots with Geths, and we annihilated it. Yeah. But I would absolutely love for Mass Effect trilogy. So, like I mentioned earlier on the stream, where we're comparing games that have held up. Mass Effect 1 does not hold up. That I think that would need some serious adjustments, especially to the combat. Combat was floaty, and the inventory was an absolute state. But they fixed all that in the sequel and again in Mass Effect 3. So I think if they did touch on that, I think they would need to pay Mass Effect 1 most attention. But there has been some rumours. Well, there's been rumours about Mass Effect trilogy on and off for the past couple of years now, hoping there's something going on there. There's a trailer in the brief right now, Adam. If you want to play that while I'm talking,
I clicked it off by mistake. It was cute.
So Venture Beats, they had some news about the E3 investors call, and EA pretty much went on the record and said there are 14 games in the works. So these are the usuals, the sports games, the crap that we don't usually talk about. And one of them was a hasty remaster of an EA game. So they seem to be under the impression that would be the Mass Effect trilogy, because the Mass Effect trilogy has already been packed into a bundle already, and that was when it came to PlayStation 3. So if we saw a remaster of this, I would probably lose my shit.
They're getting a lot of money out of people if they've already packed it into a bundle. Obviously, the games came out, already packed it into a bundle, then remastered.
The same studio made Knights of the Old Republic, the game that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
it's the same guys, same director, everything. So I would kill for more Mass Effects. We won't talk about Mass Effect Andromeda. That doesn't exist to me.
I was gonna say, it's funny like nobody mentions that, but they did make that. There is a Mass Effect after 3.
It was a good RPG, but it wasn't a good Mass Effect game.
It was a good title.
Very true.
I just looking back at it, looking at this trailer now, I'm thinking I would love to revisit that. But I'm like, if there's rumors of a trilogy coming, I'm gonna wait. And I think Spadge. I mean, me and Spadge have been discussing this for a long time. Like, what would? I mean, we both agree that that Mass Effect 1 needs some love. But by God, they perfected the good and the bad decisions in these games. And I wouldn't mind more Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. I'd kill for that. I had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
So,
I'll play it.
So another one from the community, we had Dark Eater Medea. His suggestion was Overlord 1 and 2. So I popped this in here. Adam, if you want to pop in the trailer. So I don't really know much about this game, but I thought we'd bring it up because of what kind of genre it is.
I only know about a show called Overlord, and it's an anime. That's it.
Yeah, when I typed this in, do my research, I was like, oh, I genuinely forgot it was an actual game. I thought it was the anime, but it's essentially you would think it was Fable the first time you saw gameplay. It's that kind of aesthetic. But you play as an overlord, and you manage these little demons, and the mechanics is all based around that.
Okay.
So I think I wouldn't mind a remake of this, or maybe even a sequel to fill out that Microsoft portfolio, because I think it was I don't quote me this, but it might have been an exclusive game, because I definitely remember seeing it on the 360, and I'm definitely getting Lord Sauron vibes.
Oh yeah,
right now. But it actually looks more badass than it actually is, because I remember it being quite cartoony and silly, him being quite serious, but the goblins being quite silly. So I think that'd be a nice, exciting little game to bring back. I mean, even doing my little rounds while searching for it. I mean, look at that. You just think Fable. You look at that, you think Fable.
Yeah, you do. You really
do. There's a cult following.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Wait, he's just terrorizing this poor town.
Yeah, you're drinking not a good guy.
No, you're not. Huh.
You're ping on the floor.
Oh, that's me.
I
remember.
Oh boy.
Don't know why, but when you said Lord Saruman, I remember Battle for Middle Earth, the game, Lord of the Rings game. Remember that? Like it's a bit like Command & Conquer type game. That was a fantastic game. I used to play that back in the day. I think when did that come out? 2005, 4, 2004, I think it was. That was a very good game. But yeah, this game looks quite good.
Hilarious.
It does look hilarious.
It's definitely slapstick. I mean, you can tell it was catered to the male fantasy.
Oh yeah.
Just looking at that, yeah.
I mean, a lot of games were back in them days,
That is true.
So yeah, I thought we'd touch on that one because they did make a sequel to it, and it's funny that just simply bringing that up, it brings all the memories back, screaming back. Because I remember playing the demo for Overlord 2.
No, I didn't.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, don't think we got anything in the chat. How are we looking in the chat?
We are looking pretty peaceful. Again, you guys can feel free to ask any questions or comments. For those of you guys in chat, thank you for chilling with us. We appreciate all of you. But yeah, feel free to just drop in questions, comments.
Cool. Right then, well,
I think they just want this to end.
Oh no, clearly not. Clearly not. We're going on for another 6 hours, guys. Get your drink.
Yeah.
Eat dinner.
Get some snacks.
Break in 10.
Yeah. Cool.
Right then. So just a couple end of show announcements. I don't know if there's anything you guys want to announce. Like if you Arrow, you've just finished Alien. What are you working on next?
Good question. So I'm currently playing Divinity with actually with a couple of guys yesterday. So I'm hoping to keep that Divinity and Remnant for weekend stream. I am looking into my next single player game that I'm going to stream. I did think about, and I think I mentioned this to you, Nuns, Detroit Becoming Human.
Oh yes,
I was thinking about that.
Ooh,
yeah,
that came on PC recently.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Detroit Becoming Human. I'm also looking at other things as well. So yeah, if you guys have any ideas, I'm opening it for free without using any channel points to suggest what you think I should stream next. But like, yeah. No, clearly not.
Right. Okay. So I'll go through this couple of announcements first. So we know. I don't know. I think you might be more interested in this than Femi would, Adam. But Civilization 6 is free with Epic Games Store right now. Does that float your boat?
It does, yes. But I bought that. I bought that game on Steam. Was this?
I didn't know you had that.
Yeah. You know what? Might be telling a lie. Just what?
Was it the right one? This is 6, isn't it? I don't know where this one came out.
Oh, sorry, no. See, what a lie. I didn't. But I did download it on there. So I saw on Epic and it did download it because it's free. I'll add to the collection. But yes, I think it's one of them games where I'll play my free time sit back, relax, sort of games.
We'll touch on what we play in our free time just before we wrap up. So just a brief overview of what Civilization 6 is. It's basically a turn-based strategy game. So it's developed by Firaxis, which I don't know if you guys know, but they're the guys behind the XCOM games.
Mm-hmm.
And they randomly dropped XCOM Chimera Squad back in March, which might have been in April. So they've definitely got some strategy chops. But I've never played a Civilization game.
Yes.
It's very different, isn't it? It's like a hexagonal type.
So I mean,
movement.
I've just confirmed it was 5 that I got Civilization 5. It wasn't 6. Sorry. It's a top-down. I'm terrible at explaining how games play, but I might try and queue up a trailer because it's well worth.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. I mean, I don't really know what to expect. I know we've got a friend who goes by Justice. I think he's played one of them, and he's got one of them on the Switch. And anyone who doesn't know Justice, he's a very passionate man. And when he finds a game he loves, he doesn't stop talking about it. And hopefully one day we'll be able to get him on the show.
So, Sid Meier's Civilization is a turn-based strategy game.
Yes.
Pretty much. Okay.
Is it co-op?
I'm not sure, actually.
PvP?
Single-player video game, multiplayer video games might be.
Oh, I'll have to boot that up. I mean, if it's free, it's free. And that's one where they went to the space, isn't it? Isn't it one that went to space?
This Civilization 6, no.
Yeah. Oh.
No.
There was one of them that went to space. It might not have been this one.
No, I don't think it is this one. But I'll be cracking open this a bit later.
Yeah. There's been a lot of random free games in regards to strategy games. I mean, Total War came free with Steam not too long ago.
Yeah.
Shogun, I believe. I can't remember which
Shogun
one,
2
but I downloaded that.
Yeah. That was that was good. I like that game.
I'm looking forward to checking that. I've not played it yet, but I'm definitely looking forward to checking it out for sure.
I mean,
do we have any actual gameplay?
Total War was a game similar to this. Well, I say similar, which I enjoyed. Total War Warhammer. Yeah. Total War Shogun 2.
Oh wow!
Warhammer 1 and 2. Total War Warhammer 2.
Oh, of course, yeah. I never connected those dots.
I played that with Ewok, Chris. Played that quite a bit. I say quite a bit. Not enough, I would think. I like to say. But yeah, this is something I want to start looking into playing. Civilization 6. I mean, I got into 5. It is quite hard. I'm going to be totally honest.
Is it?
But yeah, it's my sort of game.
We'll have to queue up a game at some point. I've got it downloaded. I'll have to check it out. So okay. What else have we got? So that's pretty much for me, really. I mean, there's potentially going to be an announcement regarding Crucible. Have you guys heard of Crucible? Amazon's latest free-to-play?
Yes, I've heard mixed rumors. I've heard it's very clunky. Not well put together. For the budget that Amazon's got, they would thought that they would have done a lot better. But I've never played it. I've just heard that review from a couple of friends.
You've played this, Neon, haven't you?
I've played it on stream, and I regretted it because I should have played it beforehand. It ran like shit, pretty much.
It ran like shit, did it? Okay.
It didn't run properly. It was like menus were lagging. It booted up in low graphics, so I don't know if you guys know like what specs of my PC got, but I can afford to run that in full graphics. And when I took it up to full graphics, it didn't change a thing. It didn't even say, do you want to, restart? And I wasn't prepared to restart because I was streaming. So I took it on. Did the training. It is clunky. You were right. It was very, very clunky. And you can tell the difference between lag and a game's performance. Well, it was definitely the game's performance. It was it was bad. I mean, looking at this, it looks fantastic. Like, I was sold on this trailer alone. Saying that, though, it does have potential. It's got the characters have all got personality. Now, I play as the shark with the hammer, and I couldn't. It felt floaty. Like, I think they've got a lot of fine tuning to do, a lot. So I wouldn't I should be doing that guy there with the horns. I should be doing damage close range, but I wasn't. I was just tickling people. But I think again, it's basically a 4v4 shooter, a team-based shooter. So it's think Evolve. You got you sort of one being one big guy. You've got each other to fight against as well as the environment. So you've got lots of wildlife to take care of, and there are a lot of them.
There was a couple,
and they do.
There was a game. Sorry to interrupt, but there was a game. I'm trying to rack my brains. Very much really identical to this game. It was out a little while back. I remember watching Mr. Fruit play this. He loved it.
Was it Fire something? Fire. I think I know which one you're about. Third person.
Yes. Where you capture, you harvest things, you capture, you fight a boss.
Was it the one
you go up against each other as a team, and there's a boss, two bosses one on each team, and they come close together. You got to go different places and fight little minions and stuff. And
I remember that. I think that got closed down.
I think it did. Yeah, that's why I've never heard anything more about it. Sorry, I was just about to search for that. That really reminded me of that game.
The reason why I brought it up because I was kind of hoping that would be the next game for us to start streaming, really, because it is a team-focused game, and I want to check it out to see if it's a viable game. But in its state right now, it's just it's unplayable right now, quite frankly. So
shame.
Yeah, absolute shame. So saying that though, it's got some cracking ideas. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. I mean, maybe later on they'll put some fixes out and I'll check it out then. But as it stands right now, better games out there to spend my time on.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right. All right then. So I think we start wrapping up, gents. Do you think?
No, it's fine. People just went to get the dinner, haven't they? They're going to come back and spend another 6 hours.
Oh yeah, another 6 hours. Yeah. So
you guys have bank holidays tomorrow. I don't think.
Oh yeah.
Our viewers potentially don't have that luxury. So
potentially, it's getting late.
It is.
All right then, gents. So let's talk about. We kind of did dabble, but I want to know what you guys are playing when you're not streaming. So, Femi, if you go first, mate. What do you play games when you're not streaming anymore? Is that a thing?
No, I mean we still. We've played quite a bit of Overwatch, and I play Apex as well. Yeah. So 2 games that I play, and a bit of Hades too, which I play off stream. So those 3 games, I usually play just games that aren't so heavily involved. I just need to point and click. That's it. So yeah,
like Saints Row.
Definitely not Saints Row. It's a level.
Great game for relaxing.
It's no. I still want to be able to do something reasonable. So yeah, but that's what I play off stream anyway.
Yeah, Adam, what about you, mate?
At the moment, obviously off stream, I don't really play many games off stream, but I do like the old simulation games. So I'm back into Prison Architect at the moment. I did stream a tiny bit of that the other day. But I've been playing a hell of a lot of that off stream, and when I've just been doing pretty much nothing. And I want to get back into like city building games. I love city building, like SimCity. What else? City Skylines.
City Skylines.
They're the sort of games I like to sit back, relax, and just
that's just come on Game Pass, actually.
Yes, it has. Yeah. But the DLC, I've got quite a few DLC bits, which haven't came out on Game Pass yet. Yeah, they're the sort of games I play off stream. I wouldn't mind getting into. Been out for a while. I don't know whether you've heard Paladins. It's an Overwatch kind of copy.
Yes, I've got that on Switch. That came to Switch before Overwatch did.
Yeah,
I played that and I was like, I'm going back to Overwatch. So
it's definitely a poor man's Overwatch, but I think
that's why I'm playing it. That's why I want to play it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I find it's quite fun. It's got a few little tweaks in there that I find quite interesting. They're quite easy to play. So I wouldn't mind checking that out off stream.
Fair enough.
Fantastic, good stuff.
What about you, Mr.
What about you, sir?
Mr. Demon?
Oh, me. What am I currently playing?
Sea of Thieves?
No, I wish. I need a team to play Sea of Thieves. My guys aren't interested in playing Sea of Thieves. So, I've been dabbling a lot lately, dabbling in a lot of games.
You're back in a Destiny.
So with me, I've never not been in Destiny. I take a break and I jump back in. I dabble with that. I keep. Someone can mention the game to me, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna want to play that, and I play it for a bit. I don't touch it for a while. So, Arrow has started streaming Divinity with some of his streamers. He just had to mention that, and I spent like a 6-hour stretch playing that. I started from scratch earlier in the week. So, yeah, I've been dabbling with that. Such a great game. Of course, I'm still streaming Dark Souls 3. I'm coming to. Speaking of Dark Souls 3.
Pontiff.
So. Pontiff. I did this and I felt maybe I was a bit of a douche for doing it, and now I feel quite guilty. So I'd like to start by apologising to you, Adam, for killing this boss that you've been struggling with for such a long time.
Wait, is he still there?
I've only tried it twice. I will be honest with you.
No, you tried it more than twice.
No.
I remember you tried it more than twice.
No, like two streams. That's all I've tried it for. 2 streams.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a reason why I didn't remember that boss. It's because I pretty much walked through it, and not to sound, not to boast too much, but I did use a companion. I'll be honest, I did.
So you cheated! I mean, first of all, you download the mods. Then, second of all,
why did you even mention that? Why did you even mention it?
I like to be honest with you guys.
That's why you walk through it.
I am revisiting a game I've played many, many times. I've beaten all these bosses without any companions. I don't need to prove myself.
You can't say that you walk through it then with a companion. That's just not allowed.
To be fair, though, he has played it. He has finished the game, so he's allowed to do that.
I'm allowed that.
I mean, if you do want to do that, it's fine. But we'll always put an asterisk when you finish the game. So that's fine.
Terms and conditions apply. So, but yeah, one more game actually. I have bought Deep Rock Galactic, and I jumped in that the other day, and you know what? Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I played that with Ellis the other day. That was rather fun. Yeah. It still got a few glitches party wise, but a few glitches even on the Xbox where we had one problem with Ellis. Every time there is a 8 gamer score by an achievement. Sorry, you gotta get an achievement for going on the dance floor with a pint and doing like a cheer with 4 of you in the group. And you get an achievement that way. Every time he did that, we crashed his game, kicked him out. Every time he tried it about 4 or 5 times.
I
think the 5th time an actual achievement came up, popped up, but he crashed. It's hilarious.
Well, to be fair, he does. I don't know if he still does it, but he used to stream his Xbox to a tablet in very, very warm shed. So.
I used to do that as well.
I did. That's true. So that's what I'm like, man. I understand where he's coming from. And
sorry. Sorry, I just got what you said there. Yeah, he used to stream it to a tablet and play it on the tablet. Yeah.
So not streaming
Twitch. No, he used to stream.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, the original sense of the word.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I've had a couple of games just playing with randoms, and it's crazy fun. It's like Minecraft mixed Left 4 Dead.
It's good.
In a sense, it is.
We should have a few games of that.
Absolutely, I would love to play more of that. I think it'll be even better because each person has a different class, and the class brings different things to the mix, and it's fun. Yeah. It's genuine fun. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing. So
very nice.
let's wrap this up, shall we, gents?
Do it.
Right. For Femi, Adam, I'm Scott. This has been Above the Fold episode 3, and we hope to see you next week.
Thank you very much.
Later.
And goodbye.